This is a new technology for sure, or it's a new approach. I think it's very promising, but indeed, we can see all kinds of development that needs to happen. I would say though, one of the most critical things is that in the FAIR implementation profile, a community is trying to reference a resource that it uses to implement FAIR. So we call these FAIR enabling resources. And there's a new question now that we're facing. How is it that we can reference a piece of technology in some standardized way? And so just as an example, if I'm going to use digital object identifiers or DOIs to describe my data and metadata, the question is, how is it that I reference that I'm using DOIs? Am I going to link to the website of the DOI Foundation? Am I going to link to a Wikipedia article on DOIs? There's different ways we can think of doing this. And what we want is a smart, richly embedded semantic description of these resources so that we can reference them not only in a machine readable way, but ultimately in a machine actionable way, that at some point a machine should be able to take a FAIR implementation profile and really interpret it and understand what it needs to do to interact with your resource. So better semantic description of FAIR enabling resources. There's another element of this, and this is related maybe to what I just mentioned. There's a lot of discussion these days about FAIR digital objects as kind of an ultra minimal open standard to exchange data and data operations in a completely automated way. And part of that discussion around FAIR digital objects is this thing people call the Type Registry. So a digital object could be many different things. It could be a data set, it could be a database, it could be some kind of access service, it could be identifier services. So a FAIR digital object will have to, at some point, actually give a description about itself. What am I? And we think the FAIR implementation profile has something to do with this Type Registry. So certainly the digital object will be composed of other technology components, and those could be described in the FAIR implementation profile. So we think there's a kind of a fundamental link between the FAIR implementation profile and the FAIR digital object through the Type Registry. The other challenge that I think we face, or probably the challenge that really impacts the effectiveness of the FIP itself and its original design, it's how can we begin to optimize FAIR implementation profiles? What does it mean to do that? What is a method by which to do that? And moreover, if you have a very large number of FAIR implementation profiles, will it be possible at some point to begin using machine learning to make better FIP optimizations? So for example, if you want to better interoperate in the geosciences, for example, we might be able to ask an AI or a machine learning algorithm, please provide to me a automatically constructed FAIR implementation profile that would fulfill certain characteristics. And what you could get back then is a rank ordered list of FAIR implementation profiles that would then be able to power your approach to FAIR. So these are, I would say, the top 3 challenges we face right now.